guys for making it big. A cheer for Porky for his personal sacrifice.
I get blamed for
I managed to keep it clean, yeah, I'm sure, yes, I believe that. Ecclesiastes says there's a time to believe that or not, it's in there somewhere, I'm not really sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now that I'm not the perfect Christian. I know it's a big surprise by looking at me. Some of the battles that I've had in my life have been weight. I used to go to a gym that was called Curves. And I like the name that of Curves. It tells you what kind of clientele base you're looking for. Curves. My friend wants to take me to Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness. I don't think so. I have a feeling I'll walk in there, they'll throw me a little say, go be Saturn. I was looking around for other gyms. I saw a sign one day that said CrossFit. Well, I'm a Christian. Exactly what I'm looking for. CrossFit? Sounds like a Christian. Kind of was. I prayed through the whole workout. I hope not healthy. Yeah, but I also have 3 kids. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I love my kids. They're in public school. I thought about homeschooling, but after talking to some of the parents, they didn't really know how to tell me how to grade carpet shampooing and oil changes. So kind of passed over some of that. They do go to public school though, and every winter it seems like we have a problem with viruses and different things, and you get notes sent home about what's going on. And last year was a really bad time. I realized, got a note sent home, and it's not so bad when the kids catch it, but when the parents get it, it's like, it's really hard to tolerate. It's called Common Core. That was another reason we have. I am a trucker's wife. My husband Brian's here. Everybody say hi to Brian. His shirt tonight says, "My wife rocks."
She made me wear it.
Yeah. I also have a shirt that says, "I love my husband." I wear that on days that I have to be reminded. And he is a trucker. He's gone late hours. He's gone all week sometimes. Sometimes he comes home, but he's always late. And that's something that we struggle with. And him being gone, like all the time, is really difficult. But I really learned to understand that absence really makes the heart grow fonder. I really fond of not putting the toilet seat down every day. Anybody here married? My applause. Anybody still talking to their spouse? No applause. Okay. I had a little bit of a hard time though when he went on the road, and I realized I had to take all the responsibility for like budgeting money during the week and bills and everything. I don't know how many women here budgeted their money or managed their own households, but it was really something that I struggled with for a long time. But I'm a lot better at hiding receipts now. You don't feel bad. He calls me when he's in the truck. He says, "What are the kids doing?" I'm like, "They're watching TV, video games, whatever." Well, I think don't you think we should go outside and do something? I mean, they're going to have to work one day when they're adult. I suppose they're just being like, he says, "What do you mean?" Well, their screen time. You know, you're always complaining about that. You sit down and look through a windshield and look at a GPS 14 hours a day. Isn't that your screen time? Maybe if he played Gran Turismo once in a while, he'd get home on time. But no, I really, I have been through a lot of changes this year. Our whole family has. So the last few years, really, my husband was a mechanic, and then he changed jobs to help support our family and became a truck driver. And during that time, I realized that I was losing something, and that was laughter. I had been diagnosed about 2 years ago with anxiety disorder, depression, ADHD, and I wore hearing aids since I was a kid. So if you heckle me in the back, too bad I can't hear you. Joe. But yeah, I had a really hard time for a long time. I battled with anxiety and depression, and I kind of felt like some of my friends were a little like Job's friends. I thought, no, I can't pray it away, I can't read it away, I can't study it away, I can barely concentrate reading my Bible. In my worst, I was in bed. I remember the worst worst. I was laying in bed. I couldn't read my Bible. All I could do was hold it and just call out for Jesus. And I think when everything was stripped from you, all control, all laughter, the joy that you think you're never going to get back again, what's left? And for me, I think it showed me that just because I couldn't rely on my husband every day, that I still had Jesus, and he was still there. He was always with me. He was always there. So it is just a constant battle, but now I have learned that I'm not giving the enemy control over that. I'm taking it back, and God has kind of directed my path into the field of comedy, which is kind of weird. Since I have ADHD, I've been, growing up overweight, have hearing aids. When I say I have ADHD, anxiety and depression, and God says, hey, why don't you get on the stage and make people laugh at you? Okay, could just be crazy enough to be Jesus, I don't know. So last June, I went to the Christian conference, Christian Comedy Association conference, and I got to meet some really awesome Christian comedians down there who really love to support everybody, and they've just kind of been mentoring me along the way. I think a lot of people don't realize the importance of humor, the importance of laughter. In 1 Kings 18:27, there's a little bit of a battle between our God and Baal. There's a potty joke in there, guys. You gotta look it up. Seriously, though, he just said, well, where's your God? He's going to the bathroom. So if anybody thinks that there's no humor in the Bible, look for it and you'll find it. Proverbs 17:22 says, the cheerful heart is good medicine. There's a reason God put that in the Bible for us. It is good medicine. It helps depression, anxiety, the physical problems that we have. Physically, it relaxes your whole body. It boosts your immune system. It releases endorphins, and it helps protect the heart with blood function, and it can actually help you prevent a heart attack if you have a healthy heart. It lowers stress hormones so that it can help relax you. A lot of time anxiety and depression is brought on by life stresses, and about 40 million people have depression or anxiety in the United States, and that is double with women. There's twice as many women as there are men. Our mental health, it gives us joy and zest for life. It eases our anxiety, and it improves our mood. Relationally, it strengthens relationships. It's attractive. It enhances teamwork. It helps diffuse conflict, and it promotes group bonding. My family doesn't know anything about that. If you've ever seen our Facebook. I do like to share a lot on Facebook, and that's just kind of where I'm at. I'm on there a lot during the day because I know that there's somebody they need to laugh. I have no problem putting myself out there in my imperfections. Sometimes it's great to just relate to somebody and say, I did that. I actually put my first in the oven too. Whatever. So it's nice to joke. Yeah, it's nice to have fun. But there's also a time for laughter. And Ecclesiastes says there's a time for laughter. There can be inappropriate laughter. With discernment, you kind of figure that out. If you ask God to lead you, a holy laughter is a wonderful thing, because really what we want is that joy from the Lord and that freedom that Christ gives us, and that we know that we can kind of laugh at ourselves and our flaws because He's already done all the work. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be, I'm the anti-Barbie. But that's okay, because that's how He made me. And, a lot of you have helped me and made me laugh. And I just want to talk about Inspiration Point at camp. The first weekend that I came, I really thought that I was a Christian, because that's kind of what it said, probably somewhere on my driver's license, I'm not sure. Not really sure where that's at. But, that's what I was told. I was Christian, so I'll go. Megan, where's she over here by me, and I thought, she is so funny. She would send me jokes on the phone, and obviously her discernment was off a little bit, but she sent me jokes on the phone. And, you know, she was there for me, she was a friend, and she invited me to come. And I thought, I really want to forcing kumbaya and make baskets, but I kept telling her no, so I finally gave it. The Inspiration Koinonia, my family here, it really opened me up to who God really is. He's not just this boring old man in the sky shooting lightning bolts down, waiting for you to screw up in life. He's not the one that says, are you down there having fun? No, he actually likes us to feel. He created joy. He created laughter. More churches, more of us need to spread that joy and that laughter and know that it's okay to have fun. It's okay to be human. It's okay to laugh at your mistakes because they can heal. And with that, I'm going to give you cream puff again. Thank you for listening.